Hey guys, welcome back to another Life with Vazzy video, and if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My Life with Vazzy shirt today, but that's besides the point. If you guys are keeping up with my videos, you would tell by the background this is not my Plymouth room. I'm currently back home in Nassau due to everything that's going on. My parents booked me on that flight and they was like, girl, you gotta come home, so I carried my hip home. So yeah, that's that. So that just basically means that my study abroad experience sadly is over. So for today's video, I just decided to sit down and talk to you guys about like how my experience was, how I felt, things like that, give you guys any tips for anyone who may be interested in studying abroad, and also answer a few questions that you guys left for me on my Instagram story. So let's just get straight on into the video. So if you're new to the channel, here's a little background information. I was doing a study abroad program for 2 months. I attend Acadia University, and Acadia has a list of schools that they're partnered with that you're able to choose from to do your exchange, and I chose Plymouth. So that's that. So what I did was, for this video, I broke it up into categories, and I'll just speak on each one as we go along. So yeah, so we're gonna start off with Plymouth, like the place itself. So when I was trying to decide where to go, I knew I wanted to go to Europe. I had a few schools to choose from that were in Europe. And basically, I think what led my decision to Plymouth was more so, I was more so looking at like classes that I would actually be interested in taking, I guess. It wasn't more so like where it was located. Like I didn't know, I never heard of Plymouth. I didn't know what Plymouth was. So it wasn't more so because, oh, Plymouth, like, oh my gosh, you gotta go to Plymouth. No, it was just like looking at the school and stuff like that. So I ended up choosing Plymouth, as I said. And my expectation, this is my honest expectation. So since I go to Acadia, and Acadia is in Wolfville, and Wolfville is very dry, honestly speaking, being blunt. The area itself is dry to me. I'm personally a person, I like busy cities, I like stuff like that. So like, I love New York, like that's a place for me. I like busy stuff like that, not like town, farmish area. That's not my speed, no. So because of my experience at Acadia, I thought it would be something, Plymouth would be something similar to that. And I was just like, because I didn't really research the place like that. Of course I looked at the school and stuff like that. I just was like, I wonder if it's gonna be like Acadia. So that was my expectation going over there. I was like, oh, same old, nothing new or whatever. So when I actually got over there, I was actually pleasantly surprised. My school and where I live is surrounded by a lot of shops, restaurants, the train station, the bus station, the clubs, like everything was. I lived in Beckley Point, as you know, and Beckley is on like close to the Model Way. So Model Way is like this like town area, I mean not town, it's like a street area, and it was very busy, like to me at least, like on Saturdays and stuff like that. Like people, there was a large group of people down there. Like, you know how shopping area is always busy on Saturdays? That's how it was. So it was surprisingly very lively, and I didn't really expect that from Plymouth. Sorry Plymouth, but I didn't really expect that, to be honest. So it was like shops, it was restaurants, if you're a tourist, like a lot of places to visit. They had like the waterfront, and they had like that was where a lot of more shops, more restaurants, more entertainment, pubs and stuff like that. Like it was surprisingly busy. I'm gonna keep using busy and lively because I really thought it was gonna be like a dry, dead place, like not even gonna lie. So I was happy. Plymouth, I was never bored. I barely was home and just walking up and down. I'd go by my friends, walk down in their area, I'd let them come by me, and we'd walk down in my area, and it'd just be like, we'd just be exploring a lot of the place because all of us were studying abroad. So yeah, so that would be my take on Plymouth. Like expectation versus reality, it was great. I'm happy that I had low expectation and then I was pleasantly surprised. Next, we're gonna talk about academics and Plymouth University itself. So I really liked the school. I'm not even gonna lie. I felt like the school was very modern in comparison as to Acadia, because I guess I'm not sure which school is older, I don't know, but I felt like the buildings and the classrooms were very modern. They had a very nice students union. Well, I'm gonna insert a video of the student union here, and like they had a patio where we would eat, well, where I would eat sometimes, I guess. And then their library is like, it's a very nice library. They have a lot of study rooms, and the chair, I feel like the whole design of the school is just very modern, and I liked that about it. The restaurants at the university were also good. One of my personal favorites was Drake Cafe. I was in there a lot. Oh, Drake Cafe, and oh, I can't remember. It was like this. It was a pizza one, the one that had like pizza. But they have several restaurants on campus. They also have Costa. I don't know if you guys know about Costa Coffee, but that's like a cafe. So they have that. It's not a gym. I would go to the gym regularly. The gym was kind of small, but nonetheless it got the job done. And they had some classes at the gym that I used to take, like HIIT classes or whatever, so they were good. What else can I say about this school? The professors, I feel like professors are gonna be the same everywhere you go. For the most part, I had nice professors. They all were friendly to me. The thing I forgot to mention about like Plymouth University, I just want to make it clear, not to make anybody confused. So Plymouth has different residences, and they have like private halls, so you can choose from staying on campus. I didn't live on campus. I lived in one of the private halls. The private halls definitely obviously nicer, but you're gonna pay to have those nicer benefits. But they had some nice private halls. Like even if I didn't stay at Beckley, like they had other places like Central and Clever. Like it was just, they have a lot of student accommodations that are nice, honestly, all over. So yeah, that's just something I definitely liked about the university. Because you know, like at Acadia, it's like you either live on campus or you live in an apartment, and you have to find your way through apartment. I wish at Acadia we had something like Beckley. Like even though it's not really dorm life, because you're cooking on your own, like you have your own kitchen, bathroom, stuff like that. I wish we had something like that at Acadia, where, because it's easier, like you don't have to go and buy furniture and stuff like that. So if we had something like that at Acadia, I definitely would be living in something like that. I guess the closest is like Micro. So continuing on talking about academics, so I'm a business major. For those who don't guys know, I'm an accounting major actually. So I felt like it would be easier for me, because how I picked my classes, you have to pick like a major and then do classes in that major. So seeing as I'm a business major, I said it only makes sense for me to do business electives basically. So that's what I did. I ended up taking 3 business electives, because at Plymouth, or schools in the UK I guess, their full course load was only 3 classes, as in comparison to Acadia where you have to take 5 is considered a full course load. But for me, which I'm very grateful for, those 3 classes are going to transfer back at Acadia as 5. So that's a big help for me. So, and like finishing my degree audit and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's how it worked. The classes, the 3 classes I took were business ethics, international business, and on like entrepreneurship and innovation. So I'm actually still doing those classes, because I still have school. School doesn't end until May for me. So yeah, so that's what it is. And then of course the grading system is gonna be a little different, but I don't think y'all want to hear about that, so I'm gonna just move on to the next. The next topic, I'm excited about this one, is social and friends. So my tip to those who are interested in studying abroad, do the fall semester, because I did winter semester only because I didn't have a choice. Yeah, I would have been way too behind my classes. But if you are able, do the fall semester. And the reason why I say that is because my friend Nora, she did the whole year at Plymouth, and in the fall semester, which would be like the beginning of the whole school year, they had more welcome activities and stuff like that. Like I had orientation, but we didn't have any like welcome party or anything like that. Or I just thought it would have been something where like all exchange students meet each other and stuff like that, and it wasn't. So I just happened to get lucky to be able to meet my 2 friends, because if not, it probably would have been a different experience, and I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah, if you can, that would be my only like for this topic would be my only negative for Plymouth. Like they should have done something where everybody met each other, and because you know you want to make friends, that's the whole point of it. So yeah, so that's my point for that part. But yeah, so you guys know, y'all met my friends Nora and Chloe. So yeah, I feel like another tip would be if you're interested in studying abroad, like you have to be a person where you have to be an outgoing person. I would say like I'm a person who's outgoing and independent and doesn't mind like being alone in her room or whatever. But of course, every now and then you would want someone to talk to and stuff like that. So you would have to be able, like with study abroad, I realized you have to actually like put yourself out there to make friends. Like the friends aren't just gonna come to you, so you have to like put yourself out there, go out, come out your room, because it's easy for you to just stay in your room and be locked up in your room and not want to talk to anybody. So if this is something you want to do, definitely have to put yourself out there. I'm losing my voice as I'm talking. On the first day of school, they had a club fair, so I'm gonna insert another video. Like I have little clips of everything, so I'm gonna insert a clip. This showed like the different clubs or whatever. So I ended up choosing, I chose 2 clubs, I want to say. Yeah, I chose 2 clubs. So the first club I did was dance, so I did contemporary and ballet. Sadly, I didn't get to perform. We had our production, would have been 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we were supposed to have our production, like Easter production, but obviously we couldn't have it. And I also did gymnastics. Like if anybody knows, like I love watching gymnastics. I love gymnastics. I never actually did it, so I was like, this is my chance to do it now. So I would go down there, go on trampolines, try to learn some skills. I actually learned front handspring. I was supposed to learn a back handspring, but I didn't get to that as yet. But here's a video of me doing my front handspring, y'all. Let's just watch. Okay, nice, right? I knew. So yeah, I felt like they did a good job with having like a different variety of clubs to choose from. Plymouth also, they had like a lot of events going on campus as well. Like they would have like the Super Bowl, they would have like a big watch party in the students union. Like it was just always something going on. Like I went ice skating one time. I like ice skating. I went ice skating one time with that skating club. I wasn't even a part of it, but I still went. Like it was just a lot to do. Also a group of students would plan like weekend trips to different places. Sadly, the 2 times I was supposed to go, the leader was sick, so I didn't get to go on that weekend trip. But it was like there was no time to be bored. Like whether you were an exchange student or a regular student, like it was always something to do. There was parties. Prism is one of the clubs in Plymouth, and how it is in Prism has, I think it's 3 different rooms, so each room plays a different type of music. So I think, I can't remember, I remember the first room was like that. It would have like strobe lights, and it would have like, you know, that dun, dun, like that type of music. So that was in the room for me. So we just quickly walked through there. The second room would be playing like that feel good white music, or like disco music or something like that, like that type of music. The last room was the rap, dancehall, soca. So I would stay in that room. Same kind of thing as if I was home or somewhere else, you know. So it wasn't like the parties were different or whatever. It's just like it was always something to do. Like you couldn't be bored over there. So I really like that. Yeah, travel. So if you guys know me, you guys know I love to travel, love doing it. So that was like one of the main reasons why I actually wanted to study abroad, to travel and do schoolwork at the same time. Sadly, I didn't get to travel as much as I wanted to. I actually had like trips planned for Easter break. I'm actually on Easter break now. Ooh, no, hold on. I'm actually on Easter break right now, so I would have been somewhere in the world, but the travel opportunities are endless. I'm telling you guys, if this is something you guys are interested, definitely do it, because think about it, already in Europe. So once you finally get in Europe, everything is going to be easier. Like as you guys saw on my, if you haven't checked out my London travel vlog, you should definitely go and check that out. But as you see, like, it was so easy to travel. Like, we planned that trip in like a week. We were like, okay, we're going to London this weekend. Paid for the bus. The bus was like, I think we paid like 20, I think it was like 20 pounds or something like that. Like, it was very inexpensive. That was a weekend trip. Went on the bus. You could take the bus or the train. I lived right by the bus and the train station, and like go down to London for the weekend. We did all those things. You can definitely check out the vlog. But yeah, like, it was just so easy to travel. It's gonna be less expensive to travel since you're already in Europe. So if that's something you want to do, definitely recommend that. Yeah, like, you just had so many travel options, like, too much, because I get upset about this. Like, I really wanted to travel, like, that was the main point, but nonetheless, everything happens for a reason. So yeah, on to is talking about me, like how I felt before and after. So I remember when I got accepted, and I told my daddy, and sorry y'all, I told my daddy, and he's like, you still want to go? You ain't backing out? And I'm not even gonna lie, like, you know, you'd be like, yeah, I want to go, and then like internally or in your head you're just like, do I really want to go? So I had thoughts like that, but I felt like this is something I know I wanted to do, and I wasn't gonna let my fears get the best of me. So I said yes, did everything I needed to do, canceled everything at Acadia, found a place to live. Like, I was ready. It was really too late to do, you know, I already did all that stuff. Like, I pushed myself to do all that stuff. I think the biggest fear for me wasn't really like me being over there and living there. It was more so experiencing racism, because it is Europe. Like, I think that was the biggest thing for me, but I didn't let it stop me from going, obviously. But when I got there, I was just like, okay, wonder how it's gonna be. And I didn't experience anything, thank God. Like, I felt good being there. I felt comfortable. I didn't, you know, like, they made me feel comfortable. They didn't treat me differently. Like, I had group members, and we all got along. Like, you know, it wasn't like I didn't experience any racism, so that was good. Like, the place where I lived, they knew me by name. They were always friendly and welcoming, and like, the people there were nice to me. So I was really happy about that, because it made me get used to that and whatnot very quickly. So that was good. How I felt over there, oh my goodness, I remember the first night I stayed in my room by myself. So where I live is here, and the hotel my parents were staying at was like right here. So my daddy walked me up in the room, he said bye, and I was just like, I didn't cry. I really didn't cry. I was just like, okay, this first night in the room. Like, we always did that to get me used to the room. That was like, I did the same thing when I was at Acadia. Like, they just put me in the room real quick so I could get used to it. So yeah, the first night wasn't bad. I was just like, okay. And then after they left, like, I just got used to it quick. Like, I feel like the only thing, obviously I had to get used to the time, but once I got used to that, it was like a piece of cake, no joke. It was easy. So yeah, definitely we really be overthinking things, and it just is like nothing. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the Q&A questions. So the first question is, was there a difference in culture shock from Canada? I was touching on that earlier when I talked about me and how I felt. I feel like only a little bit. It wasn't a lot. Like, I was, you know, I just felt like going to Acadia and being around like people I knew, or like people from the same place I was, you know, it was easier to adjust at Acadia quickly, and you know. But the only thing I guess with a little bit of culture shock with being in Plymouth would be that getting used to the time, like I said, the fear of like experiencing racism over there, anything like that. And yeah, other than that, I adjusted pretty well, pretty quickly actually. I was actually surprised myself. Would I do it again? Favorite memory from your experience? That's 2 questions, but I'm gonna answer them because it's from the same person. Okay, definitely would do it again if I had more time. That's the London trip. And to be honest, any moment with Chloe and Nora, to be honest, like we had off camera, like you guys have seen them in 2 videos, but off camera we had some good times. Like when they'd come by me, when we'd be getting dressed, like when I'd walk in town with Nora, when I go see Chloe, like we just had a really good time. And they are friends that I hope we keep the friendship even though we're miles away from each other. What is your new favorite place to eat? Oh my gosh, y'all, I had to stay in the gym. I would just eat so much. Like I used to be, when I didn't cook, of course, I would use Deliveroo and just order food. Or like would probably be, I used to go to Bill's for brunch, and then like to eat, I guess, like regular food. The pasty place was also nice. Is this place called the Pasty House, I think? Yeah, the Pasty House. Oh my gosh, Nando's, y'all. I wish I could have some Nando's right now. Man, that peri peri chicken, the peri peri fries. Shout out to Val. Val really put me on that. Like she's like, I need to eat that, and that's all I eat now. So yeah, days at this ice cream place where, man, I can show y'all the picture, but we had like these Sundays or whatever. That's this Jamaican restaurant called Soul Food Vendor. Oh, 10 out of 10 food. Oh man, I can use that right now. Did I miss home? No. No, even when I'm in Canada, no, I do not miss home. I am a person who does not want to stay home, so definitely did not miss home. Y'all so chopsy with this question. How are the men? How are the bays? There is a range of guys over there in terms of culture. You know, you got the Africans, you got the Caribbeans, you got the British boys, you know, so it was a range of them, you know. If they were handsome, some of them were handsome, not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna go too much in depth with this, but if you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. Was it hard for people to understand your accent? I want to say no. I feel like I know how to speak a certain way. Not that I was changing my voice, it was just like I would try to not use dialect or like Bahamian slang or whatever when I was talking to them. Like, I don't feel like it was hard for them to understand me. Maybe, I feel like maybe a couple times I was said something around Chloe and Nora and they were like, "What you say?" or "You talking too fast" or something. I think that was the most I got. Plymouth versus Acadia. I feel like I was comparing them both throughout the whole video. The only thing that I missed at Acadia that Plymouth did not have would have been my friends. Like, I kept saying that. I said what I really wanted my friends to come down and see me. So if I could have just bring my friends and bring them at Plymouth, I wouldn't need anything else. There was nothing else that I missed at Acadia, because Plymouth had everything I need. It was in the city, it was in the, had the entertainment. I was entertained, I wasn't bored, get to travel. I just needed my friends at Acadia, at Plymouth. That's it.